anything of importance that gets done is by good, intentional conversations. Understand you and understand me, and then see where we're going.
What a great day in the rubble. We are here with Travis Flood. Did you know our city volunteers are city commissioners? Commissioners are volunteer. The mayor is even a volunteer. But we got good things going on through the volunteers. Travis, thank you for volunteering to come out and talk with us.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very, very excited that we've been able to continue this. I'm also very excited to see the number of folks that have come to me afterwards and talked about the different things that we've talked about. And so I know that this is working. It's getting out there. People are seeing it and they're engaging with me, which is what we want, right?
Yeah.
It's the whole point of doing this is to help people stay informed. It's to help me explain what we're doing through the commission, and then talk about other awesome, amazing things that are going on in our city and in our world, and just kind of share, my perspective, your perspective, just talking about, what's happening in here and what's going on, and all things Shawnee and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, the heartbeat of the city actually flows through the city, but the heartbeat of the city is you and I and Travis and Daniel and Cammie and Mayor, all of us. And so, I'm really happy just to introduce an individual who has now had a little bit of experience on the commission to everybody, to say, look, we're all just people. And so whether it's you, Travis, or it's, Darren Rutherford, or it's Mark Seahorn, or it's, Cammie or Daniel, or anybody, any one of those commissioners that you see out, they want to talk to you about issues that are important to you, but also, more importantly, if you've taken the time to go to ShawneeOK.org and watch one of the meetings, you can come away with a lot of information, and you'll come away with a few questions. And when you've actually spent a little bit of time researching it, or just listening to get a little bit of a groundwork, it really gives a foundation for any type of conversation.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we want. We want conversations, because if we don't talk, the mosquitoes are wild today, which we haven't had that. There's flies a while back, but not mosquitoes yet, especially when it's getting cold. It's crazy.
So what you want is conversations.
Yes, conversations that can help direct, help guide, help lead us to make the choices that we need, but then also for you all as citizens and just everyday folks to talk through what you need and want and desire, and that's the only way really that anything of importance that gets done is by good, intentional conversations, and with an outcome that's directed by each group and each party doing their best to understand you and understand me, and then see where we're going. And I think that we've got some amazing opportunities to do that, and more things like this, where we can actually share, some of the ideas, and share some of the struggles, and some of the victories, and and all the good things that are going on too.
Well, and none of us know everything. I mean, there are some things that are facts that perhaps I don't know. So when I come to you, Travis, and I talk about something, and here's an idea, there are some things that you just can't do. And there are some things that are already done. And you just have to realize that this is not a win or lose game. This is a together game, flowing as best as we can. And we've had some really good things happening over the last number of weeks, Travis. And I want to talk first of all about what happened down at the Shawnee Santa Fe Museum, because that is such an awesome place. And there was a crowd down there a week or two ago. What was going on?
So I got to be part of, and tons of other amazing Shawnee residents and surrounding area residents got to be part of Gateway to Prevention Recovery's second annual Walk for Recovery. September is Recovery Month, and to honor and celebrate the amazing folks that are in recovery, they're having a walk, and families get together, they celebrate the victories that their families are having and are in, and getting together and doing life together. Because one of the things that so many people in recovery or in the recovery world know, that it's not about one thing or another. It's about helping individuals find purpose, helping individuals find meaning and life through getting together and doing things. And that's the number one driver in people's recovery success is meaning and purpose and finding things to do. And so this is just one of many amazing things that Gateway is doing, helping their amazing folks. And the great thing about it is it doesn't just have to be somebody in recovery. You could be anybody that is living and doing life. If you want to be part of something amazing like that, you could have been down there and walked and celebrated and been part of all the the great things that were going on.
Well, and really all of us are in recovery a little bit from something. I mean, we've got stuff in our past. I mean, some are just have different titles. And being able to be around people in recovery, a lot of times those are the most creative people you'd ever want to know. Absolutely. And just wonderful hearts, and they're filled with hope. It's like a thankfulness that they've been able to shed things from their past, and they hope to be able to maintain that day by day. And so the people in recovery, people working with some of those programs, are some of the most grateful people you would ever want to know. And I'm grateful for what's happening at the Santa Fe Museum. I mean, at one point, just a couple of months ago, it seemed like, I would say all hell breaks loose, but I don't know that I can say that here. But all hell was breaking loose. And, now, I mean, it was just so glorious. There were so many smiling faces. And what's going on with the museum?
So, that also, it was, one of the things that, and I talked about this last commission meeting, this Pot County Historical Society allowed all of the walk participants to come through the museum for free that day. And it was amazing to see, the different families get to go and see that for the first time and experience some of the history of Shawnee and some of the places. And we talk about the things and places that built us as a great city. And to see the success with that museum, and then, and you're right, it was a very tough time, very, very
hellish.
Yeah, a lot of people were really upset. A lot of people were confused, and to see this kind of renewed energy and renewed partnership and people coming back together for the hopes of what it can be.
Well, I'll tell you, I deal with metaphors all the time. It was like we're seeing recovery,
right?
From that moment in which it just seemed like nothing good could come from anything. Right. I mean, just a short 6 months later, we've got a celebration going on down there, and there's nobody in our community that does a better job than Ken Landry with the Historical Society, the Pottawatomie County Historical Society, down there at the museum. If you have not been to the museum, you are doing yourself, your kids, your husband or wife or whatever an injustice, because you need to go down there, because after you go down there, you're going to bring other people down there to see what they're doing in that new place right there, the Paul Milbourne Center. But also then you get to see the structure, and the structure that was built like around the 1900s is going to be restored, I understand.
Yeah, so that is the current drive, the current I guess what we future hope of what it could be, and that's we're really excited about the opportunity to get that rebuilt and to get it back to functional and people using it again and to seeing it, because it is an amazing structure and it has so much history, and just with thinking about what it could be and the future of it, and then the surrounding area too, not just the museum and the depot, but what some of the different models, some of the things that we've seen are the possibilities of future growth for that area. And then as the park is being rebuilt and redone there in Woodland and Memorial, I mean, it's really exciting to just think about how close those are in proximities
Yeah.
for families. If you were to come, you could walk from one to the other really, and it not be too far of a walk.
Yeah.
And
Push a stroller.
Yeah, exactly. Push a stroller.
Have a sucker in your mouth.
Ride a bike.
Get told by your mom to take it out of your mouth.
It's like, so you don't fall down and get hurt. Yeah, all the things. But it's just part of this. Like I said, something that started out really kind of strained and tough, and now thinking about the future and what it could be is really exciting. And just there are just lots of really good possibilities that could come from that.
A lot of good things.
Yeah,
a lot of good things down there at the Santa Fe Museum.
1 million people in the United States are affected by Parkinson's. And Parkinson's disease affects the brain, causing the loss of dopamine, which affects your ability to move, affects your ability to think. So here are 4 cardinal signs of Parkinson's disease. 1 is a resting tremor. 2 is slowness of movement. 3 is postural instability. And 4 is rigidity or stiffness.
I like to come to action because they make you feel like a winner no matter what you can do. The people that we do it with become family, and we love to come each week and take part. Ask for action.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy. Jeff Casterkey and Casterkey Auto Mart knows cars and knows how to treat you right. I trust Jeff Casterkey and his mom Betty at Casterkey Auto Mart. Go by and let Jeff Casterkey help you for any auto body need you have. Sonic Drive-In originated in Shawnee, serving great food fast to your family. Drive up, order, and eat in your car. Now, more than 3,500 stores worldwide, it's Sonic Good at our local Sonics. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. You'll find something you like inside the Clinic Pharmacy.
If we move a little bit more west up the road, just last Thursday we had another celebration, the last of this season, but they're going to start up again in the spring. We had Thursday night activities, which is an easy night a lot of times for people to be able to come out and have a good time. What was going on right there at Bell Street, right in front of the Hornbeck Theater?
Right. So we had our second block party for the season, and it was great. We had one of our local Zumba instructors. She was down there and doing some dances with some of her amazing friends, and it was just like kind of a beginning intro on like getting up and moving your body, and we kind of talked about. Joked a little bit about Zumba and what that is, but it was really neat to see them get up there and dance, and I kind of popped off and said I was gonna I'll be up there and dance with you too, knowing that I cannot dance. I'm a terrible dancer, and
that's why people like you.
Right, exactly.
Because
they can dance better than
and you'll
me.
dance next to them.
Exactly, yeah. But it was amazing to see them move and sync and do that thing. You're like, oh my gosh, And I actually afterwards said, okay, I need to bite the bullet and learn how to do this, and just because it's something that a lot of look like a lot of fun and talk about being.
And you're moving your body. And for somebody my age, that's how you want the celebration to start off, to oil some of the joints.
Right.
So that for the rest of the celebration I can move.
Yeah, and then we had live music from a local artist, and it was some 90s throwback country and some pop mix in there too. And then we had a martial arts
exhibition?
Yeah, exhibition. Yeah,
wow.
from Spherical Martial Arts down there.
Who's local? Another local guy?
Yeah. And it was amazing because these kids and these adults were just like doing all these awesome moves, and they were getting. It was like, oh my gosh! And kind of like we said, the whole Cobra Kai movement is has become like this really popular thing. This show, but and that's kind of silly. But this was real. This was really good stuff.
That was more Zoolander.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
Well, and also I bet Dell had his place open. You can always get a pretty good Coney dog.
Yeah. So they had the Coney Island was open. I I actually went over and got one of the sausages and with chili and cheese.
Coney Island has sausages?
Yes.
I thought they were just hot dogs.
No, not just hot dogs.
He's expanding.
Links. They've got hot links. They had sausages and
Nice.
and then
With chili?
Chili. Oh yeah, it was good stuff. Yeah,
That is good.
Yeah, and then we also had
Food trucks?
Victoria's Tacos was there, a local food truck, and so I had tacos and I had hot dogs, and so
The best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. You can't beat
You were
that.
north of the border at a ballpark, then you went south of the border.
right, yeah,
For a bullfight.
and it was yeah. They're both amazing. They're both local, ran by really awesome folks that we all love and know.
And you know, one of the problems with those kind of things, Travis, is just getting the word out.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to motivate people to do things like that, to say, hey, wait, this is going on, and you and your 3-year-old and your spouse, you're going to have a great time if you come on down and just experience this for a couple of hours and then make it home in time for bed.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because, you know, I mean, sunset nowadays, I'm starting to push it.
right, yeah.
So we have to work on that a little bit, is trying to help people get to know those things.
Absolutely, and like you were saying earlier, you know, not only through going to Daniel's website and watching the videos and talking about, you're going to hear about awesome things that are going on in Shawnee, not just things that we're talking about.
Well,
here.
and there's actually a place there you can just drop your name in, and we'll start sending you invites to things that are going on that are simple things. I mean, not like the whole big things and stuff, but just simple things that, hey, did you and your family know this, or did you and your family know that?
Yeah.
And you'll get at least drops in the water for you to know, some ripples.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. So
But
that was a
also,
good thing.
then you have, okay, so those are two things, and I said that they're ending for the season, but that's because we're coming into a big event season for Shawnee as well, which you're reviving one of the things from October.
Yeah,
is that right?
No, absolutely. So Blue on Bell has been one of the historic major events for the fall every year, and so this year we're expanding that and making it even bigger and drifting all this further down Main Street, and so we're calling it Monsters on Main. Just for a kind of a new exciting thing, and like I said, expanding it down Main Street, and just really looking forward to that event, and that's coming up on October the 22nd.
Is that a Saturday?
It is a Saturday, and it's going to be from, I believe, 10 to 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then so in the morning, earlier morning hours, there will be vendors and different people there selling their goods and wares and all that, and then also there will be local food trucks and different things down there on Bell and surrounding area for to go and get something to eat. And throughout the early afternoon, there's going to be costume contests for dogs and for families and for kiddos, and then from 3 to 5 we're going to shut the whole from I want to say Oklahoma down to Broadway down, and 30 gazillion kiddos are going to be down there trick-or-treating, and then right at 5 we'll open it back up.
So this is pre-season trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you don't have to be a pro yet. You don't quite have to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You can kind of test that backup costume, just in case you're not sure what it's going to be on the 31st. On October 22nd, bring the kids and a pillowcase. I would always use a pillowcase, because if I just had one of those little pumpkin things,
It got full really quick.
and
Yeah.
with a pillowcase, if you take a handful and throw it in there, they don't really mind, because there's a lot of room to have to be filled up in a pillowcase.
Throw it over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Instead of wagging
And if
like
they
that.
ask you why, why, you just say, well, because I'm getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know?
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Sean at Play It Again Sports, where we pay you cash for your used sporting goods. We are in need of used baseball and softball mitts. We will pay you cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports, we buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
I'm Zach Lowe, founder and service manager of 6L Mechanical.
6L can fix anything, no matter the size of the job. Zach Lowe is experienced, connected in the industry. Whether it's a service call or a complete install, one truck or 100, 6L is your independent, reliable answer for mechanical, systematic maintenance, repairs, and system upgrades. At 6L, we have the techs and the capacity to respond to your immediate needs. But even better, when you talk with us about anything dealing with your mechanical systems,
I'm Zach Lowe, and I'm the one you'll talk to.
6L has systems in place to guarantee you
We do the job right the first time.
Harrison Discount Pharmacy of Shawnee is a good neighbor pharmacy. Harrison Discount Pharmacy is courteous, with quick turnaround times utilizing the latest technology from a convenient location on the corner of Independence and Harrison. Pickup or home delivery available, locally owned and operated. Harrison Discount Pharmacy of Shawnee.
Monsters on Main, another cool thing going on in Shawnee. And we just talked about a little bit of a region of Shawnee, and that's great because, I think everybody knows, if they know you, they know you love this area.
Yeah.
I love this area. This is actually your ward area.
Absolutely.
And let's talk a little bit about that. How, you've been on the commission now 2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
How are you getting to know your ward participants? Because coming into last election, honestly, the only thing that I heard that was a little sketchy was I just can't talk to my commissioners. I can't communicate what I'm really feeling. And some people have no problem communicating, but then there's other people who kind of are less boisterous.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
and I don't mean that negative on either. Actually, I mean that very positive.
Yeah, no. So it's sometimes in
What's been going on with the people in your ward?
Right. So one of the awesome, amazing things is that for several weeks now, I've been meeting with a group of members of Ward 3, either business owners or people that live in Ward 3.
Are we sitting in Ward 3?
Yeah, we are actually. We're sitting in Ward 3. So Ward
rebels
3
in Ward
I know,
3.
Right. So Ward 3 is basically from the river all the way down Highland to a little past Harrison, a couple of streets, and then south down the river.
You have a fun ward.
Yeah. So
I just mentioned like 3 events that were happening in Travis's ward.
Yeah, no,
and I didn't even know that.
a lot of amazing.
I bet there's a
things.
lot of jealous city commissioners that all the fun things happen at Travis's house.
Yeah, well, Cammy's got the lake, so there's a lot of fun stuff that happens out there. But yeah, we do get to.
Well, the lake is the museum in process right now.
Right, yeah. We get to do a lot of amazing things down here, and there's a lot of revitalization. There's a lot of kind of reinterest in growth and just a lot of neat stuff, and I love getting to be part of that. So.
Yeah, but I cut you off. What are you and your participants talking about?
So one of the amazing things is they've chosen to get together with the purpose of saying, how can we as citizens can we support and be heard? We want to do both. We don't want to just show up and say, here's all the things wrong with my world, go fix it, you're the guy, which is
or the
gal, yeah, and because that's the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim, and so what they're doing is saying, we want to support you, we want to support these movements, we also want to be the ones that help you really figure out what is important to us as a city and what is important to certain parts. And so they're putting in extra hours, they're putting in extra work, and coming and saying, okay, here's some things that are important to us. Here's some things that are important to these members of our our ward, and we want you to take these things for us to the city. So and that's amazing, because it's the purpose of that is not just to be like standing on a hill and yelling across.
Yelling down the hill.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pick up the flag and bring it up here.
Right. It's we're going to work together. We're gonna be as like I said this all the time, as intentional as we can. We're going to have meetings with purpose and expect outcomes, and if those outcomes don't come, then we're going to get back together and go, what happened? How can we do this better? Why did we not?
So you're going to start communicating?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, communicating
With conversations?
With conversations.
They're going to get to know you?
Yeah,
And you're going to
absolutely.
get to know others?
Yep. Yeah. And then the hope is
What
that,
we do is working. You got to hit me again.
Oh, sorry.
That was
sorry.
it. I'm still old school.
Yeah, I got to give it back. Yeah. So, but it's really exciting because the ideas and the whole reason for me doing this and the whole reason for me being down here was to hopefully build better relationships between some of the families and some of the individuals that felt like, kind of like what you said earlier, like nothing really,
What I say might not even matter, but it does. And we're talking about Travis's ward. Now there's kind of a weird thing going on here, because if you live in city limits, you do have a commissioner and you do live in a ward.
Yeah.
But the commission acts as one. So it's not like Travis's superpowers are just in his ward.
No.
It's like they mix and they mingle, all of them do. Daniel might have Ward 1 or 2 or whatever. Cammie might have Ward 2 or 5 or whatever. You can talk, you don't have to pinpoint one. You can talk to any of them and then they will help you. But if you can figure out who your ward commissioner is, you can really focus there, because I would say that each of those individuals are passionate about different things going on, but when they hear from people in their ward, each of those commissioners are very responsible within themselves to help you in your ward.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also too, if for some reason
One's not.
available, because we all have full-time jobs.
They are volunteers.
Yes, we all have-
Remember, they are volunteers.
And sometimes there will be days whenever I can't get to something, or finding me might be more difficult. But then if you can happen to see another commissioner, can ask them, then they can follow up with me, or I can follow up with them, and
Right.
and vice versa. And then the more of us that are bringing these things
To attention.
Of the 7 that are bringing them to the manager's office, or bringing them to different places, and then just like anything, the more voices that are speaking towards or against something, then the more we as a group of people go, okay, we need to step back and look at this and see why they're saying yes or why they're saying no, and
Right.
then and I think that's really important. The being able to be part of that, and that's really how our democracy is supposed to work.
Well, and you're a lot smarter than you think.
Yeah.
And by engaging a little bit, it helps drive the entire community forward, because you'll link arm with somebody
Yeah.
else will link arms, and we'll all be linking arms, trying to move the ship in the right direction. Travis, good things, man,
Yeah, definitely.
are happening
Absolutely.
around here. It's exciting, really, for everybody.
It is.
And again, thanks for your willingness to not only just be here, but to meet with your people, and to try to get things done.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing this, Danielle. Thank you for Shawnee CTV.
Yeah, let's throw thank yous back and forth.
Yeah. It's because
So-
it is good, because as
Well, if we're ever going to come out of this rubble, we got to do stuff like this.
Right,
We
right.
got to just move forward and know that there's a lot of obstacles. There's bricks falling. There's
Yeah.
things happening. Let them fall. They're going to smash. Just watch your feet and just keep walking.
yeah.
Just
Well,
keep going.
and something to, like I said, we think seek out somebody that's a little bit different than you, a little bit different mindset, different world, and ask their opinion.
You mean like a long-haired hippie
Yeah,
with a beard
exactly.
and a microphone upside down with
right.
a polo shirt on?
Yeah, the polo. And then say, what do you think? And then sit and listen to them and see what their world looks like, because you might learn something, and the number.
Oh, I met.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
met Corey
Yeah.
the other day just by walking up to his car, because for once he was getting out of his car rather than putting his children into their seats in the car and them hopping in
Yeah.
with their backpacks, and they just look like such a happy family every morning. And they're down here on Main Street, so they live right down here. And so he was there, and it turns out that he's a regular dad.
Yeah.
He works. He has
Yeah.
shift work. So I just happen to be walking up when he gets to take his kids to school.
Right.
And we get to talk and get to meet each other. And I mean, that was just because I saw this guy putting his kids in the car like 3 weeks in a row, and I was like, I really dig this. And so one time I got to yell at the kids, you know, like a walker by. Go to school, you know, or some school rocks or something, you know, and they just yell and laugh back and hop in their car.
Right.
But, you know, it's been a long time since my kids were dragging their backpack on the ground, and it brings back good memories. And so those were good things, man.
No, for sure. And I think that's it. It's just we live in a good town with good people and lots of amazing opportunities to be part of something amazing. And if we always focus on the negative, then we're always going to see the negative. We talk about that a lot. But
and that's why we sit here with the good things. Because Travis, together, we build community, one season at a time.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.